Welcome to Silva Says. I'm your host, Ryan Yunt, and we've got another great video here for you today. The NFL season is just a few weeks away, so undoubtedly, NFL fans everywhere are excited about their team's chances of winning it all. So I'm going to give you a video here to break down 32 reasons why your team could win the Super Bowl. Let's start in the AFC with the Tennessee Titans. Things break right if your young quarterback, Cam Ward, is the second coming of last year's superhero, Jayden Daniels, and he carries your team week to week to victory. Now, throughout the draft process, we heard how much football meant to Ward. Now we get a front row seat to see just how much. The Cleveland Browns. Well, maybe not everyone, but I guess if you have 6 quarterbacks on your roster, one has to be good, right? I mean, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, Sanders, and now Huntley? Deshaun Watson is the least of their issues at this point. Would you say they have a litter of quarterbacks? The New York Giants. Elite pass rushers just don't grow on trees, but out in East Rutherford, they're made in a football factory. How can the opposing team score if their quarterback is laying on a stretcher? Kayvon, Burns, Lawrence, and Carter are going to chase down quarterbacks faster than whatever those things in 28 years later were. Pause. The New England Patriots. New head coach Mike Vrabel returns to where it all started and brings some of that Patriot way. And no, I don't mean trading in his wife for a much younger model. Vrabel brings that tough guy, old school, metal lunchbox mentality and is hoping to instill that in his team. If not, looks like Teddy Bruschi or maybe Willie McGinnis could be the next man up in 2026. Jacksonville Jaguars. Things work out if new head coach Liam Cohen finds the perfect balance to Travis Hunter's two-way workload and he becomes a deadly duo alongside Brian Thomas Jr. on offense and Jordan Lewis on defense. The Las Vegas Raiders. Now, stay with me. Imagine this. Raiders minority owner Tom Brady comes out of retirement after Geno Smith suffers a season-ending injury and forms a Gronk-like rapport with tight end Brock Bowers. They win the Super Bowl. Brady retires again, then plays himself in the Disney biopic with an acting assist from Rob as Gronk Bowers. The New York Jets. Justin Fields finally gets the opportunity to just be Justin Fields, and his reunion with Garrett Wilson evokes the Gloriers together at Ohio State. Now, the Jets have some nice pieces, but more adrenaline and less ayahuasca should be good for the vibe in New York. The Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young learned a valuable lesson last year. And no, it wasn't that sitting behind Andy Dalton can inspire anyone to save their career from that sort of situation. It's that he learned he has a teammate fueled by raccoon meat. And he keeps it in his locker. Maybe they should feed that guy the ball instead and ride him to Santa Clara for a second time in team history. The New Orleans Saints. With Derek Carr retiring, hopefully someone knows some New Orleans voodoo down there because I don't see a path that doesn't involve some form of the dark arts. There's some pieces for sure, but not enough unless Tampa mysteriously stubs a toe along the way or falls down a flight of steps they didn't see coming. The Chicago Bears. Best case scenario, new head coach Ben Johnson becomes the Obi-Wan to Caleb Williams' Luke Skywalker and shows him how to use the Force wisely. Not every play is a big play. Not every throw is a laser. After all, only the Sith deal in absolutes. The San Francisco 49ers. This is an easy one. A healthy Christian McCaffrey makes this offense go. Brock Purdy and the receivers, or those left of them, be damned. Run CMC allows Shanahan to open his entire bag of treats and gives his team a dual threat out of the backfield that chews up yards and clock. Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys win it all because of their owner, Jerry Jones. Yes, you heard that right. The Cowboys win it all finally in spite of their owner. Like taking a page out of the film Major League. Hopefully they don't use a life-size stand-up of Jarrah for motivation like in the movie. Old heads know the one. Miami Dolphins. Miami gets it done because their training and medical staff keep them on the field. From Tua to Achane to Chubb to Phillips. These guys are a walking, talking injury report. While their head coach has been counting down days until death, strangely, Dolphins fans are feverishly counting the days without a catastrophic injury. Indianapolis Colts. Another team with another young question mark at quarterback. I don't feel Daniel Jones is necessarily the draft bust you're hoping to apply pressure here with him and Anthony Richardson, but both feel at least like they play the same position the same way. A big step forward from Richardson means lighter boxes for Jonathan Taylor and heavier workloads for the stud running back. Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta may have their quarterback of the future, but can they get after the quarterback? They've been trying for years to find their next Jonathan Abraham and haven't come close in over a decade. They're hoping the dynamic duo of Walker and Pierce bring juice to the pass rush. Arizona Cardinals must not make a Call of Duty joke. The Cardinals are hoping Marvin Harrison Jr. is the next Marvin Harrison Sr., but after bulking up this offseason, he actually looks more like David Boston, to be honest. Harrison Jr. could post elite numbers with Kyler QB and become the best combo in the NFC. Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals get things done because their defense is better than anyone, including their head coach, thinks they are. Burrow and the offense were amazing last year, but for most of the season, they were co-parenting with a deadbeat. That is until a late season philosophy change flipped that unit on their head. In 2025, Burrow and the boys get the help they missed last season. Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks could actually do the funniest thing ever again and start their mid-round quarterback they drafted this year over their pricey journeyman veteran, and the rookie makes that offense more dynamic than it's been in years. Jalen Milroe is just a bigger, faster version of Dangerous anyway. The possibilities are unlimited. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa wins one for Mike Evans, who has quietly established Canton credentials over the course of a record-setting career in Tampa. Baker and the Bucs ride a lethal offense into Santa Clara and into the sunset for Evans, who was all ready to set up to retire, where all people do, Florida. Denver Broncos. Their defense is going to be even scarier in 2025 with the additions of free agent linebacker Dre Greenlaw and first-round corner Jahdae Barron. This is the team already with the reigning Defensive Player of the Year and the man who led all interior rushers in pressures a year ago. Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers made some big splash plays this offseason and are hoping that a 41-year, four-time MVP, Aaron Rodgers, still has it. Pittsburgh also traded one problem child with immense potential in for another, wasting his. Maybe the chill of Pennsylvania winters can cool DK Metcalf's hot head. If those things click, the Steelers have an offense that could be semi-dangerous and put up enough points for a Lombardi. Los Angeles Chargers. LA is another team that is consistently fighting the injury bug with their star quarterback and skill players. But head coach Jim Harbaugh is truly the key. He's turned around every program he's ever been at and never finished a season below 500 in the NFL. A big year 2 leap could be coming, barring his team's health. Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love enters his third season as the Packers starter, and his play is reminiscent of his predecessor, Aaron Rodgers. Packers fans are hoping those parallels continue after Rodgers won his lone title in his third season of starting. Love is helped by the offensive mind of his head coach, Matt LaFleur, who is often told, "Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody." The Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are a team that feels like they have all the necessary pieces except one. Young J.J. McCarthy takes the keys to this offensive Bentley with 2 jobs in mind. Throwing to opposing jerseys, bad. Feeding the rock to Justin Jefferson, good. McCarthy has all the talent in the world, but depending how he processes opposing coverages will determine whether he rules it. Houston Texans. The Texans were a chic pick to click in 2024, but it felt like quarterback C.J. Stroud may have taken a step back. It may not matter this year. The Texans can flat out apply pressure from all angles and cover on defense, so the offense should see plenty of opportunities. Los Angeles Rams. While teams will lose sleep trying to think of ways to stop Puka Nacua, they may have nightmares thinking of their defensive line. The Rams might have one of the scariest pass rushes in NFL history, and Aaron Donald is retired. Los Angeles is relentless up front and reminds me of a Giants team in 2007 that may not have had the best offense, but could punish any and all opposing signal callers. Baltimore Ravens. Alert, we've got another super team in Baltimore. The most talented roster in the NFL certainly deserves its flowers, but will the petals wilt again in the cold of the playoffs? There are all pros all across the roster, and their immense talent could carry their quarterback to a place Lamar has yet to be. Detroit Lions. It's Dan Campbell. It just is. His dynamic duo of super coordinators are gone. But all Campbell does is inspire his team to overcome adversity. They're already fighting through surprise retirements and devastating injuries in camp, but their spirits are lifted by the return of Aiden Hutchinson and his face paint. All kneecaps should be on notice again this year. Washington Commanders. It's gotta be Cool Cliff, right? He did an amazing job setting up Jaden Daniels for success in 2024. His challenge now? Continue to innovate and elevate his quarterback's game so teams don't catch up. If Jaden can avoid the same slump Stroud suffered last year, the Commanders may be changing their name after all to the Washington Champions. Buffalo Bills. In the Josh Allen era, the Bills have always felt like a baseball team that wins 95 games by 5 runs, but never had a quality closer. Enter an aged-up Joey Bosa, and if they can limit his snaps so he can terrorize teams late, Buffalo may have found their Mariano Rivera and a ticket to the big game. Kansas City Chiefs. The word speed is going to be the catalyst for the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs. From speeding off the field, and the consequences to come, to the team speed on it. The Chiefs are going to do things in a hurry this year. We will see who has the ability to keep up and who has the ability to slow the pace down on Sundays. Philadelphia Eagles. Humility is the key for the defending champion Eagles. They know they won't be able to just waltz their way back to another title. And when you have leaders like Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown talk about not owning the trophy, just taking a turn with it, you can sense a team focused and humbled enough to make a run at it again. So there's 32 reasons your team will make the Super Bowl. So what do you think? You ready to talk trash in the comments? Tell me what you think is the key for every team heading into the 2025 season. And if you like this content, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. I'll see you on the next video.